Instead of a morning routine, I want you to try this instead. I want you to start doing a midday walk. Hey there, it is your favorite nurse yogi, Leslie, and today we are going to talk about routines and why the morning routine is getting kind of old. Well, not really, but this is the gag, y'all. The gag is this. Let me know if you can relate, because what I'm about to say is me. I do my morning routine, right? Sometimes I wake up at 5:30, sometimes 6:30, get my workout in, sometimes even get my meditation, my journaling on. I'm on cloud nine till about 11 a.m. noon. I start to feel like shit again. So I've realized with me, I gotta do a midday walk to jumpstart myself again so I can finish the rest of my day. In case this is your first time clicking on my pretty face, thank you. I am a registered nurse with 12 years of healthcare experience, and I'm also a certified yoga instructor with 5 years of teaching experience. And on my midday walk, I had this download, if you will, of oh, this midday walk is really like more girls need to be talking about the midday walk. We all know about the morning routine. I've even heard things where people are saying like, man, how do y'all do this whole, like some people be waking up 3 a.m., 4 a.m., like, and I remember I was sharing this with my husband, like, that's crazy. And he's like, they probably just go right back to sleep after they do this, We don't know what people share online, but I feel like especially, it don't matter actually if you're a mom or not. If you, and it doesn't matter if you are a mom that has a corporate job or a mom that doesn't have a corporate job. Like if you're a mom that is a stay-at-home mom, that is a whole job in itself. And I know whichever way you're going, I'm talking to working moms, that midday slump is so real. And in order to overcome that slump, if you will, so you can do your 3 to 7 shift when the kids come home, you need to be doing your morning routine and you need to be doing a midday routine. I was talking about this on short form content where I was saying that instead of like, I like to give you guys practical tools. I'm not just going to tell you to do something. I'm going to give you the resource, right? So with that midday check-in, I like to step outside because I work from home and I'm inside all day. I need to step outside, at least do a mile walk. And that's a way of me to reset myself because I'm also getting vitamin D from the sun, feeling the air, the breeze on my skin. As an air sign, I live for outside. I live for the breeze, the wind. I love, like, when I tell you I'm a plant, I'm a plant. I love I love it so much. So going outside recharges me for the rest of my day, along with, also making sure I'm drinking my water throughout the day, right? So it's not just, obviously, I said that in the beginning to get people to click, but it's not, if you're still here, that means you're really like locked in and you're ready to take charge of your life. And knowing that you have to, in order to be successful when it comes to your health, I don't think we talk about it like this, but in order to be successful with your health, you have to pick one habit at a time. And all of these videos, and if you're like, whoa, all of these videos, wait, what? I am currently doing 100 days of YouTube in a row. Today is either day 93 or 94. I have less than 10 days of YouTube to go. And I'm actually kind of like, dang, what am I going to do after this? Am I going to go to a weekly cadence, maybe like every other day? I'm not sure. But what I have realized, and I lost my train of thought because I went that way. Oh, picking one thing, focusing on one health habit. So today we're talking about that midday walk. So if you're like, girl, I just cannot get up at the crack of dawn, whatever, I really want you to focus on that midday walk, right? But here's the gag though. What most likely is going to happen, and I know people don't be talking like this on YouTube. I know they don't. But if you don't have a morning routine, the day is going to get away from you and you most likely aren't going to get to do the midday walk. That's what's going to happen. And because I'm a selfish person, let's put it like that. Because I'm a selfish person and routine is so regimented into my DNA, I'm at a place in life, I'm at a place now, I was just thinking about this. I'm at a place in my life that even, so for example, this morning, I did not work out because I work out with Peloton. That's who pours into me, right? And how the Peloton app is structured, you tell it your goals, and my goals right now is just to become stronger, and so I only work out 3 to 4 times a week, okay? And four is like an emphasis. So how that looks is like every other day kind of thing. And so I worked out Monday, uh, stretched Tuesday, yesterday did strength training, Monday did cycling, Wednesday strength training, today is Thursday, it's a break, and then tomorrow is strength training, okay? So because I did not work out today, I woke up, got myself ready, and then I was like, okay, I'm feeling that slump because working the people's job, I work typically like 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, I do 10-hour shifts 4 days a week. And then I work like every 3 weekends. Okay. So today though, I was like, okay, I'm hitting that. Like I did my 8 till about almost noon. I'm like, bam, 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 bam. Like I'm just cranking out the reviews that I need to do. And then I notice this is where mindfulness comes in, right? I notice I start to dip at like 11:30ish. I'll call a friend or something to kind of just like, all right, I gotta like push through. But then noticing that I don't necessarily need to push through. I need to step away and then take that midday walk. So for me, on the days that I don't work out, that midday walk is even more important, right? So that's just like a transparency moment, if you will, because you're like, so you work out, you do the, some days I do, right? Some days I do. And because my default is selfishness, I don't know how else to say it, I know every day I have to do one wellness routine. And that could be, today is a midday walk. Later, it might be listening to my audiobook. So really get out of that whole thing of like all or nothing. That's where I'm getting at too. That's a big thing that I'm getting at, is like get out of that all or nothing mentality, right? You don't do the morning routine and you're like, well, day's a wash. My day's a wash. And it's like 9 a.m. and it's like, bro, calm down. You have the rest of the day to at least do one wellness thing. And if you're like, girl, I don't work from home, I work, in the office, you can try your best. If you work in a hospital, I know it is a little harder, especially if you're on the floor as a nurse. That is harder. So in that case, you use your days off to really pour into yourself, because I know how it goes. I used to work in the hospital 7 to 7 a.m. p.m. I've done all of it. I know how it goes, and those days you're dead to the world. Like you pour into the patients, go home, knock the heck out. That's it, right? So, but I need to focus on one person that I'm talking to. I be going every which way, y'all. Every which way. I feel like this big. The hook was good. I was like, oh my gosh. It was literally on my midday walk. I was like, instead of a morning routine, try this instead. Try to do a midday walk, because how many times do you allow the day to get away from you because you saw somebody online doing the morning routine that you aspire to be? They're so inspirational. Mind you, you haven't done anything from that video that the person is inspiring you with, right? And it's because there's a multitude of factors that can come in place. I don't know your life, but the first thing you need to do is pick one health habit. So just pick one. And if you're struggling with picking that one health habit, I can help you down below. I have my resources for you. And that's where we figure out what's the one thing you want to focus on. And once you lock into that, building a habit, y'all, it takes time. And let's actually, since I'm like running out of, okay. Yo, these spam things are getting out of hand. How long does it take? I want to say it takes like 90 days to build. I can write or type, it's not writing. Build a habit. Let's see. Right, okay. Right. It depends on the habit. It can be from a few weeks to a few months. One website says, I'm trying to find yeah, some things say 18 to 254 days and an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. And a great book, everybody and their mama was talking about this book a while back because he was doing PR or whatever, but Atomic Habits. If you're not aware of that book, check it out. I actually did read it. I think I bought it because it was that PR was they kept. I was like, dang, okay, I'll buy it. I believe I bought it. Trying to see. I need to put my books on a bookshelf. I'm gonna try to find this book because that was a really but to be honest with y'all, I knew most of what the guy was saying, and the main thing he was talking about, no, it's in the other room. Let me see. Hold on. Because with habit, here it is. Yep, I did buy it. Here we go. Let me show you all. So this is Atomic Habits, Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. Because habits, we all have habits. And a lot of the times you may catch yourself being like, man, I don't have any habits. And what you're really saying is you don't have any good habits, right? You don't have any, and good, when I say good habits, I'm talking about habits that keep you healthy, make you healthier, improve your relationships, improve your finances, those type of habits. Because it might be my yoga self, but I don't like the whole good and bad because it's my yoga self. I don't want to even say it's nihilistic. Is that the thing where people are just everything is just gray? No, but it's we need to stop getting out of that good and bad. And so when I'm talking about having habits, I want you to focus on the habits that promote your health and wellness, right? Improve your money, improve your relationships. And so this book, and so interesting, his last name is Clear, James Clear. I was like, wow, did he change his last name for that? But he talks just about habit stacking. Why did I underline this? Keep your identity small. Why did I underline that? Oh, y'all want to know why Okay, it says one solution is to avoid making any single aspect of your identity an overwhelming portion of who you are. In the words of investor Paul Graham, keep your identity small. The more you let a single belief define you, the less capable you are of adapting when life challenges you. If you tie everything up in being the point guard or the partner at the firm or whatever else, then the loss of that facet of your life will wreck you. If you are a vegan, this is good actually. And it's kind of what I'm saying, the all or nothing mentality. If you are a vegan and then develop a health condition that forces you to change your diet, you'll have an identity crisis on your hands. When you cling too tightly to one identity, you become brittle. Lose that one thing and you lose yourself. Okay. What else does he talk about? Ooh, this is similar. He talks about performing an annual review. This is similar to this other book. I didn't finish it, but it's, oh my gosh, I forget what the name of the book is called, but just talking about, don't let your work, your corporate job, be the end all and be all of your identity. And it's so hard, though, when we live in a society where it's what do you want to be when you grow up? That's what you ask kids, right? So from we were kids, we were told, we were asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then you achieve that and you tie your work life into your identity, and you cannot do that. But yeah, he talks about, I believe, habit stacking in this book, and just with habit stacking, let me see if I can find that, because that's also what I'm really talking about with you all, over everything, because you might be dang, I got to do all of this at once. No, you don't have to do all of this at once. Here we go. 110 or no, 74 to 79. I love an index. Okay. So habit stacking it's really great. Habit stacking, a simple plan to overhaul your habits. So how it works, it's based on this person by the name, as you can see, none of this, I'm literally just talking off the cuff. Okay, so he talks about the habit stacking. It's Fogg's habit stacking formula is. Okay, here we go. This method, which was created by B.J. Fogg as part of his Tiny Habits program, can be used to design an obvious cue for nearly any habit. Fogg's habit stacking formula is this: after I, current habit, I will, new habit. So, brushing your teeth. Everybody and their mama, we know we brush our teeth. Like, you don't even have to think about that. You wake up, brush your teeth, right? It's just like it's very you don't have to think, right? And think about this. There have been times where you've forgotten to brush your teeth. And what was the reason that you forgot to brush your teeth? It's probably because maybe your kid woke you up, right? Before you were supposed to wake up because they were sick. They had a fever. So then you're like scrambling to give them the medicine, call the doctor, all this. Next thing you know, it's 10 a.m. and you haven't brushed your teeth, right? And it's because something put a wrench in that normal routine that you have, right? So going back, those are habit stacking. Typically, we brush our teeth. And then after that, Fogg is saying, put a new habit after that. So if you're somebody that's like, I want to meditate, right? This is how he says, meditation is something that you want to include into your morning routine. After I pour my cup of coffee each morning, I will meditate for 1 minute. That's where this book got me, because as a yoga teacher, a lot of people, as soon as I say, hi, I'm a yoga teacher, people are like, oh, I don't know how to do, I don't do that. For multitude, that's demonic, or I'm not flexible. What else they say? What else people say? It's like but it's just so interesting, because I'm like, how are you going to immediately discredit yourself? Or, oh, my brain, I just can't shut it off. And it's like, but did you even try? And so that's why I like when this is saying 1 minute of meditation. And I have resources, again, all down below, of meditations that I've curated all of that for you. I like to make things such as meditation and mindfulness palatable. It's not something that those people do. Do you get what I'm saying? You need to do it for your health, right? So just being like, okay, I always drink coffee without thinking. I always brush my teeth. I'm going to immediately pull up Lesleen's meditation and do that alongside her. Boom, done. And that's all you focus on for the next 30 days. Or hell, because I know, oh my God, 30 days is a lot. For the next 5 days. And then you build and you build and you build, but you keep just doing that same habit. And this is where I am people, so that's why I'm about to say this, we get bored. Because we're like, well, I don't really see any improvements with this meditation practice. I haven't had a download. I haven't had an epiphany. Literally, y'all, this was me with just currently where I'm at in this season of life as I'm building my business, Lesleen Does Wellness, where I show women how to put themselves first through yoga. I had a stint of I won 2 awards back to back within a year, okay, after being a business owner for only 2 or 3 years. And then I've had a lot of wins that when nothing is happening, I think that I need to do more. I think that I need to get another certification, go back to school. I just think I need to add. And literally the other day, I heard God, he was just like, just chill. Just take in where you are in life right now. I still have, I have a new job. I've had this job now since February. So March, April, May, it's been 3 months, right? It's almost been the 90 days, if you will. But what is that, right? What is that about? And so just tie back to you with habits, even when the habit is boring, even when you don't see the weight gain, because I'm talking to the people gaining weight that want to gain weight or lose weight. I know that's a more common thing, but I know people personally in my life that are trying to gain weight, and it can be very hard to gain weight. Or if you're like, I didn't have that epiphany, that download, I don't feel calmer, you need to make sure you're tracking your habit too, and not just doing it for the sake of doing it. Okay? Not just doing it for the real, not just doing it for the social media, not just doing it for other people. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to meditation, that's why it's important that you're also journaling alongside that meditation, so you can see how you were thinking over those 5, 7, 30 days. Because what you will see is that you start to handle life better. Life is happening. Your kid broke their wrist, or, something severe has happened, grief, all of that. but you have a better grip on life because you have tools such as meditation, exercise, knowing when to drink your water, knowing when to put yourself to bed, knowing when to eat your cruciferous vegetables. Doing all of those things gives you a better handle on life because life is always gonna life. That's a cop-out at this point. At this point, it's a cop-out. If you're still here, if you're still watching this video, that means that you know that, right? You know that enough with the excuses, cut the shit. You have to take care of yourself. You have to hold yourself accountable. You cannot depend on others. And I'm even talking about your doctor, your healthcare team. You have to take the responsibility first and ask yourself, am I doing all of these things that Lesline has said over the course of almost 100 days? Am I doing all of these things, right? And if you're not, then, we go back and we peel back and we say, okay, what one habit can you do for the next five days, right? 5 days straight. Because we do it for maybe 2 days and we get bored. And like I tell my kids, and I'll close with this, being bored is good. It's good for your brain, especially living in this society of, it's just a lot. We're consuming a lot on this small little device, right? Being bored is soothing to your brain. Your brain gets a minute to just be, right? So that's where I'm going to leave you all. Try to do this midday walk with me. And I'm going to close out with that because we reached a 20-minute mark. I'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye for now.